Hello Divine Family, welcome to today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Cherub, and on this channel we use tarot and self-awareness to achieve peace, clarity, and insight. For today's video, you guys, we are going to be asking, how does your person really feel about you? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm only doing 2 piles for today just because it's going to be a very long reading. Today we are not only asking how does that person feel, I'm doing something I haven't done in a while, and I'm pulling out of my bag of wonders. So these are all phrases, songs, just some little cards that I made myself that give us extra details on your connection and on your situation. So I'm going to be pulling a couple of what do I call them? I'm gonna say cards. I'm gonna be pulling a couple of cards from that, and then we're also going to be doing what is going to happen within this connection for the remainder of the year. So we're doing a prediction as well, and I am going to put that portion of the video on Patreon for anybody who wants to see it. The link will be down in the description, as well as the timestamps for this video. So with that being said, you guys, I have pile number 1 and pile number 2 for today. Go ahead, pick whichever one best resonates, and I will see you guys in your reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. So I went a little overboard with pulling from the bag of wonders. So we have a lot of extra details about this situation to get into, but let's go ahead and look at your tarot first. So pile number 1, how does your person feel about you? So I definitely get the vibe from this reading that this is somebody who you have talked to before. I don't know if you guys have gone as far as officially dating. Some of you may have. It's a general reading, but for the most of you, I feel like you were maybe flirting with this person. Maybe you went on a couple of dates or you hung out a few times, but it was never as serious as being exclusively together. So for your first card, you guys got the Page of Cups. So again, this is always about, you know, being in that dreamy, idyllic kind of vibe. So like you're happy with where you are. You think that this person is perfect. They're beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're everything you ever could have dreamed of. And this is how your person sees you and sees your connection. So they see you as like this perfect person, this person that they kind of like their fantasy. You know, it may not be something that they're actually close to achieving or being with you just yet, but they do see you as that ideal person they may want to be in a relationship with, or that they want close into their life. They definitely feel like it's safe to let their emotions kind of run wild with you. I feel like it's mostly a fantasy element though. Like when they imagine a relationship with you, it's always something healthy and positive. It's like the perfect connection. You guys may have a lot of things in common, a lot of great communication and conversation between the two of you. You understand how each other feels, and you know, you guys have just had similar life experiences that make you compatible. And so your person finds you to be, you know, like that perfect person, to be that ideal fantasy version of what they would want as a partner. So that being said, they also see you as someone who they need to have some type of communication with. It's like they need to tell you something. I do feel like in this connection, I don't know, I don't want to say it's like, I don't think you guys ended things badly, but I do get the feeling that there has been a separation between the two of you, because I am seeing regret in this reading as well. So it's like they want to come back and tell you something. They want to come back to explain something to you. They feel like they owe you an explanation. It feels like you were very open with them, very vulnerable, and they see you as somebody who is honest and trustworthy, and like they kind of took advantage of that, or they didn't give you the respect or the closure or the clarity that you actually needed in order to move on or be happy or fully trust and commit yourself to this connection. They didn't do something right, basically. And so they feel like they owe you some type of explanation, and they want to come back into your life, or come back into some type of conversation or close proximity to you and explain what it was that happened. You know, they don't want you to feel like they just abandoned you and they don't care how you feel. So they do care about you. The regret that I'm seeing in this pile, they definitely felt like they could see a genuine relationship with you. This person did have feelings for you, but for whatever reason, they had to walk away from the connection. And I feel like it was something they felt was a mature decision at the time, but in reality, they were really just trying to satisfy their own ego. They weren't really thinking about the connection or what that would really do to you. They were thinking about what was best for them at the time. So this is somebody who's a little bit more individualistic, somebody who, you know, they're going to make the best decision that they can, but it's always going to come back to what they genuinely want and what's going to make them comfortable and happy and peaceful. It's always going to come back to how they're going to prosper, you know. And they're not a bad person. They don't have bad intentions. It's just they don't always make the most what's the word for it? They're not always super empathetic. They're not always going to be thinking about how the other person is going to feel. It's a lot of focus on themselves. And so it looks like, to me, it could be that this person had someone else they were talking to, like they were already in another romantic situation, or they were already dealing with something that took up most of their attention, and their connection with you was kind of having a negative effect on their focus in other areas. And so they had to kind of take a break from you, move away from you, even though they didn't necessarily want to. It was what they thought was best, you know, to maintain their lifestyle and their comfort and whatever it is they were focusing on at the time. So yeah, it definitely does feel like it was more of a superficial thing, because there was a lot of like emotional pain with walking away from you. It's like they knew they were walking towards something that wasn't going to fulfill them in the same way, but they still felt like it was best to, you know, leave you alone. And I feel like that's mostly because y'all were just starting to get to know each other. Y'all were just starting to talk. You know, it was better to move towards what they already knew rather than focusing on something that was still in the beginning stages. I hope that makes sense. So let's go into your extra details. And I went just a little overboard. I don't know if I should have picked all these, but here's what we got. So what do I want to read for you guys? Let's start off with some of the message cards. So for the message cards I got for you, I didn't mean to treat you I'm sorry. I didn't mean to treat you like an option. I just didn't know what I wanted. I'm planning on making it up to you. Just wait. And for some of you guys, I do want to marry you when the time feels right, and you aren't going to see it coming. So those are all the message cards that I have. So what that lets me know is that this person, obviously, they definitely treated you as kind of like a secondary option. Like I said, they walked away from you in order to kind of achieve something else, something that was that might have been concerning their finances, because I do see a lot of insecurity as far as finances and money. It may not be that this person is like broke completely, but by their standards, they're not where they want to be as far as what they have accumulated on this earth, as far as abundance and wealth, and maybe even like getting a promotion at work. They're not where they want to be in that sense. They don't have enough of their own ambitions fulfilled. And so instead of focusing on you, building up that emotional connection, they focused on something else. They focused on building their own, you know, empire and legacy, maybe getting their savings up, or, you know, moving to an area where they felt there was more opportunity for them. They focused on that, and that's what they were moving towards. And I honestly think that this was something that they might have been focused on while you guys were still together. Like this hasn't been a secret. I honestly don't feel that for a lot of you it was another person. It was more so they had their own desires that they needed to fulfill in order to, you know, feel like they were successful and that they were going places in life. And so they chose to focus on that rather than focus on a relationship. Some of you, it may be a third party situation, but I don't think that's the case for everybody. But yeah, your person definitely they wanted to focus on themselves and getting their own individual fulfillment. So if that involved ghosting you, I feel like it did for a good bit. I feel like it did involve ghosting some people, or just maybe going kind of silent, not contacting you as often as they usually would, kind of making you feel like you weren't a priority. It's not that they were being rude or that they didn't care. They just had other things going on, and they understood that in order for them to move forward, they had to, you know, risk some things, let some things go. So they felt like it was a necessary action on their part. Your person is going to be successful in whatever it is that they're dealing with, their job. Maybe they have a business, or they're trying to form some kind of connection with important people. They are going to be successful in that aspect. And when they do feel that, and when they realize that for themselves, they are going to want to come back into your life, because they don't feel that they had closure with your connection either. So both of y'all are thinking about each other. There is, come on now. You guys got the clairsentient card. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. But clairsentience is when you get that psychic feeling, like you can sense something is coming, or maybe you are an empath and you can feel when somebody is sad, or you can feel when somebody is having a certain kind of emotion. You guys can pick up on each other's feelings. You guys may think about each other at the same time. You may find yourself, you know, suddenly feeling kind of lonely, or suddenly feeling kind of frustrated with work, even though you may not be doing anything in particular. You pick up on this person's emotions, and they pick up on yours. Y'all are feeling the same way. So I'm also hearing that there's some kind of contract that your person has to deal with as well. It's a lot of focus on money and them building something in their own life. But you guys, when this person does get everything situated, they are going to want to at least explain themselves to you. So that is all that I have for this part of the reading. We are going to move into what is coming up next. We'll say by the end of the year. That part of the reading is going to be on my Patreon, so if you guys want to see it, go ahead and check out that link, which will be in the description. Other than that, I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hi, pal number 2. I'm just gonna go ahead and let y'all know right now that this reading in particular is not nice at all. It's a lot of negative stuff. So if you are kind of fragile or emotional when it comes to this specific person or this situation, you might get triggered, and I recommend that you skip this one because it's not nice at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all that warning. Again, we are asking, how does your person feel about you, which you guys already know. And I am going to be doing an extended version of this reading while I'll look into what's going to happen by the end of the year with this connection. And that part will be on Patreon for you guys. But for right now, let's focus on your cards. Once again, if you're going to be triggered, I recommend that you do not listen to this. So for this connection, I feel like the biggest thing here is that you guys dodged a bullet with a really negative person. It looks like this connection, it looks like you guys may have been dating for a long time, or you guys were just in some type of situation where it was a lot of back and forth. It was a lot of emotional strain, a lot of just vulnerability and pain and stress and frustration, easily frustrated. And it was just a lot to have to deal with. And at this point in time, the connection has been altered in such a way where you can't go back to the way things were before. So something drastic has happened. So that's either maybe you guys broke up, or maybe there was a cheating situation, like a third party. Something significant has happened, and it's challenged the foundation of this relationship to the point where it can't go back to the way it was. It can't be the same ever again. So I think what's happening here is that your person feels kind of conflicted about this whole thing. So it's like, I wouldn't necessarily call it regret. It's kind of like a sense of longing, or a sense of peace. What else would I call it? It's like they were used to things being a certain way, and now that things aren't going to be that anymore, it's a little uncomfortable. And so there's that sense of, well, I kind of, I enjoyed that security. I enjoyed that routine, or it was something that I was thankful to have. Even if I didn't show appreciation, even if I didn't care for the relationship or put in the effort necessary to make it positive, I still enjoyed the benefits of it, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of uncertainty. There are also some secrets that might have been going on in this relationship that, even though it's been changed so much, everything still hasn't come out. Everything still has not been revealed. So it's like, should I tell her the whole thing? Is she going to find out eventually? And I'm saying she, but the genders really don't matter here. But I do feel like it's a lot of masculine energy here. So it's like a lot. It's just like they don't know if they should tell you everything that really happened, if they should start off on a clean slate, if they should leave things the way that they are and just accept it. But I don't see them making any moves toward the relationship right now to fix anything or to make anything better. So right now, even though they're dealing with that uncertainty, they are focused on trying to make themselves happy or making themselves feel good. I don't know. I feel like This may just be an extra detail for you guys to see if this is really for you. But for some of your connections, I feel like your person vapes, or they have something going on with like their lungs, their chest, something going on with them where they're indulging a lot, and it's something that bothered you. That's not for everybody. That just might be an extra detail for someone. I just feel like that's an issue. So if your person was indulgent in anything, then they might be doing that a little extra hard at this point in time. But moving forward, your person actually, when they were in the connection with you and right now, they denied themselves a lot of the things that they did want to do. They did make some mistakes. For those of you who are in a third-party situation, they definitely did slip up a few times, but this is that negative part. It's not nearly as much as they wanted to, not nearly as much as they were tempted to, and it's very selfish. It's not a very good feeling to experience how this person's energy is. But now that they have a little bit more freedom from you and a little bit more space from this connection, I do see them willing to do the things that they've been tempted to do. They're finally like, okay, I'm free. I can do this. I can talk to this person. I can go be intimate with this person, or I can drink this, smoke that, go here, da 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 da. They're kind of just going full force into this. I'm gonna have to keep saying it, like this overindulgent kind of partying a lot, dealing with multiple energies in an intimate way, in a flirtatious way, just doing whatever they want to do, and they're going full force with it. And they didn't act this way when you guys were together, not nearly to this degree, but now that you guys are apart, it's like they're really going for it. So I do see them having a lot of time with spending a lot of time with other people, spending a lot of time, like they are outside, if y'all want to take it that far, or if you want to go with that. They're really just putting themselves out there, and I see them getting like praise and people being supportive and patting them on the back. But these are not people who really care about their well-being. This is not like good what they're doing. And maybe they feel like you're going out and doing the same thing. Maybe they feel like you're like they don't have to feel guilty about it because you're out there doing it too. But I don't know if they know that for a fact. They might just be telling themselves that in order to feel good about themselves. So this person is negative. I don't like this energy. I feel like they're patting themselves on the back for only getting into all of this stuff right now, and not so much when you guys were together. Like in their eyes, like the fact that they waited is good on them, and that makes them a better person than, you know, what they actually might have been in the relationship. So yeah, I just see them going full force, distracting themselves, indulging themselves. They're surrounded by this group of people or this friend group, these energies that support them. But I do not think that these people actually have your person's best interest at heart. It's like they're surrounded by people who are also in that same kind of low vibrational energy, who are, you know, self-focused, kind of self-centered, doing their own thing. So that's what I see for how your person feels about the situation, how they feel about you. I kind of feel like they're not really focused on how you feel. I feel like they assume you're out there doing the same thing that they're doing, which is just having a good time and, you know, just living their life however they feel like they want to live it. They assume that you're out there doing the same thing. And they don't know if they should be 100% honest about you, about everything that they have done in your relationship or in your connection. But I don't see them doing anything about that feeling. I don't see them telling you or randomly texting you and calling you to let you know about any one particular thing. If they do, I don't think it's going to be intentional. It may be like a drunk text or something. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't like this person. So moving on to the extra details that I have for you guys, this connection. How does this person really feel about you? This is where it gets kind of, I know I don't need to keep warning you guys, but it could be triggering. So I don't want y'all to feel like y'all are being attacked with negativity, but this is like, it's not nice at all. So trigger warning again. How did your person feel about this connection? For your extra details, I feel like they were definitely with you because it was comfortable to be with you. So I don't know if you were financially supportive of this person, or maybe you did a lot of things for them that they, as an adult, should have been able to do for themselves. Like, I don't know why, but I'm like, maybe you did their taxes, maybe you did their groceries, or you kept them in the good graces of family members, or you know, you just made connections for them. Like I said, financially supportive. Maybe you cooked or cleaned or helped them get, you know, their everyday life together. It was comfortable being with you. There were benefits to being with you, but they definitely half-assed this relationship. They did not give as much effort as you were giving, and it's because they didn't feel like they needed to. Every now and again, they would be attacked by their conscience, and their conscience would tell them, you know, like, you should try to put a little bit more effort in today. You should try to do something sweet or kind today. And that might have been when you got those random, you know, like that random bouquet of flowers, or you got like a sweet text or something like that, something to make you smile. Because every now and again, this person would be like, okay, I'm having a conscience moment. Maybe I should be nice. But whenever they would do things that stressed you out or frustrated you, they would start playing stupid, or they would act like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, why are you so angry? Why are you so stressed out? Why are you so tired? You know, like you're not supporting them, a fully grown adult. Oof. Okay. So I do think your person, this is why I feel like your person might have stepped out of your relationship and had a third party or been intimate with someone else, because there is talk of like there not being any sexual relations, or it being like not satisfying to them. And they felt like the reason is because, this is so triggering. They felt like the reason is because you may have been too passive to them in bed, or maybe I don't know. I don't really want to go into it. It was just like they felt like it was easy to run over you. They felt like it was easy to take advantage of you, is what I'm saying. And so they were kind of bored by that at times. Felt like it was easy to take advantage of you. They also felt like you were doing a lot of, they felt like you were stressed out a lot. They felt like you were busy a lot, and like you were always kind of worried about what they were doing, like you were working a lot. And it's just kind of irritating to even think about, because you're working so hard, or you're doing so much, because they're not really doing anything. So you're putting in extra work to make sure this relationship is okay, and they're not contributing in any way. So the fact that they feel the need to complain about that is just, I feel like you dodged a bullet. That's me. So I do apologize if this reading was not necessarily what you wanted to hear, but I gotta be honest with you guys. I am going to go ahead and do what's going to happen before the rest of the year with this reading. That is going to be over on Patreon if you guys want to see it. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.